It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' speedy running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Raiders and the Cowboys. Next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewer. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage of it.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there. We don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation. But, yeah, that healthy team is usually the better team as well.
One final month to push for the playoffs or start preparing for the future. Here we go in Week 14. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down after a short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's got a man left. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Another carry for him. Room to run inside the 20. And they finally get to him at the 15. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's at midfield. The 30. And the Cowboys force the turnover on the first series of this game.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, to put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and throw it here. Has it in close. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Brings in the kick at the 9. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The Raiders and their wide receivers set for this next possession. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in 2nd place. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
1st and 10, looking to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's going to be 2nd down. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's going deep. there to send that one away, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
He's dropping back to throw. He's trying to go deep again. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now, off play action. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. They've got 1st down from the 31. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start to push into Cowboys territory. The handoff on 3rd and short. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60-6.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So 2nd down coming up.
Here we go.
They're throwing it. He's on the move. Complete out to the right. Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're going to have medical head out to check on him. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
And go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has it in close. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still 1st down.
Well, the jumpiness cost him 5. 1st and goal a little bit tougher here. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Has it down close. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Cowboys are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Breaks through, and he might break away. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they make the stop at the 46. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. The give here on 2nd. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 1st down, they'll run. And give him 6 on the run as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action here. Rolling out to his left. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
19 Tiger.
He's going to throw this one. On the move, headed right. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot.
They'll come out throwing. Setting up the screen. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Viking 18, go! Cowboy 80.
Here's a throw. It's caught. Ferguson breaks the tackle, still going. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They'll throw it again. Ferguson's got it, complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now looking to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Launches one deep down. This is caught inside the 15. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I believe a Raider covered that one, so they'll luckily hang on to possession. Field goal unit out there on 2nd down as they try for 3 here before halftime. A very short kick here from the right hash.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. A final throw before the break. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders watch as the return goes out of bounds, bringing us to the end of our 1st half.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
The rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This is taken in at the 13. And this return gets to the 30 before he's stopped. The Cowboys ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
The running back gets it on the draw. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
All right, here we go. Second down.
18, here we go. Set. 65, Jack. 65, Jack. Jack 60, Jack 60. 7 Pirates. Third.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Third down from the gun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Raiders settling for 3 as they send the field goal unit out. This one from 47 yards away. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Return starts from the 16. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
Set up. Bring it. Reload. Reload.
They'll throw it. Dump off caught by his back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Looking for a throw here. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. Brushes him off with ease. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Connects on the crosser. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Here we go.
Throwing off the play fake here. That's into the hands of Franklin. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders go up by 12. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown. He's throwing for it. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Kickoff taken at the 13. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And like a swarm of hornets, the coverage has been everywhere this offense has tried to throw it. So many possessions lost to interceptions, as we're being reminded of right here.
Yeah, think about it from a pure mathematical perspective. That's as many as 24 to 20, even 32 points left on the table offensively. That's enough to win a brand new football game. Kept off the board by a secondary. You call them Hornets, I call them dancing like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
I love it. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Come on, set. Hook.
2nd and 6 now. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Go.
He'll throw it. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing.
Ready up.
The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Looking to the air here. That's caught for the 1st. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's go now. Ready.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot. Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
Dropping back to throw. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Raiders headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. He put everything he had into this one. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. right up the gut. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Pass play now. Looking slant route, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
They go play action on first. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Setting up a throw. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing from the gun. Gets everything he has under this throw. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back to throw now. That throw behind his intended target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They'll try and throw it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
On now comes their punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be Raider football. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here.
Let's go now.
They send a receiver in motion right. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He puts some air under this one, deep right. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it! Touchdown! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
Cowboys 14.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Ready.
Throwing from the gun here. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Ready. Set up.
He's dropping back to throw. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Let's go. Bronco switch. Bronco.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check out.
Here's the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Set.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. This finds Franklin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
Go!
Back-to-back carries here. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders make it a 3-score game in the 4th. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
Cowboys 14.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning in from the 16. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Cowboys about set to take over. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Ball at the 33 for first down. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Set up. Go!
They're throwing it. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. And this one, just a formality till the clock runs out. It's only 1 timeout remaining to stop it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come up 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Now this offense ready to head back out. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Throwing now on first down. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll look to throw. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
It's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Pulled in at the 20. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Raiders winners as we say so long from Dallas.